Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. So since last episode, I have been very busy. My real life stuff that was going on is done, and so I've had a bit of time to get on here and do quite a bit of work. You will notice that I've built out a bit more of the roads. I kind of fleshed them out. You know, we had already done kind of outlines for where they were going to go, so I did get some of those done, and then I also started over here, and this is going to be another blood altar. I did put the altar down, but no runestones or anything yet, because right now they're not really expensive per se, but I don't want to manually make them. So we're going to automate blood magic before I build this out, you know, the altar itself. So, and this altar is actually going to be just for the blood orb. It's just going to have a blood orb in it nonstop. So that's going to be the purpose of that one. And that building over there is where our automation is going to be. So, and then if we pop over, I've continued on with a bit more automation. And that's kind of the name of the game at the moment, is automate lots of things. So I did set up more carpenters, and I'm not going to go through all of these, but like this one right here is Mekanism speed upgrades. This one over here is energy upgrades. And then, let's see, I set up a few over here, like there was a quest that had us make a 1K storage part, so I made that, and then I turned it into a, you know, I put it in a housing basically, but then you can shift right click and pull it back out, because I don't want 1K storage units, you know. So I pulled it out, and then I went ahead and taught it how to make the 4Ks and the 16Ks, so we can get those on an order. And then also the microchip tier 3s, I taught it how to make that, because we're going to be using those today. And then down here, let's see, this isn't automated yet. We're going to be automating that this episode. I moved our metallurgic infuser up here, and I went ahead and brought 2 more. Now, a lot of times in the past, I'll automate all the things through one metallurgic infuser, but in this case, I'm actually going to use 3. I'm going to use 1 for redstone, 1 for diamond, 1 for obsidian. In that way, we've kind of got one dedicated for each different type of craft. You could automate all through one, but it actually is just going to make our lives a little bit easier, because then I don't have to run everything through like a sub chest and have it split off. I can just feed it all into the back, which is what we're going to do for that. Over here, I put down 4 more of these. There's nothing in those at the moment, but we're going to be using one of those, at least one of those today. Also, the nuclear craft alloy furnace, I got this set up, as well as a rolling machine that makes the basic plating from nuclear craft. We needed to get an alloy furnace set up, and I went ahead and just automated a lot of these ingots we're not using yet, but of course with refined storage, shift click to set up recipes, I just went ahead and automated a lot of things. So there's stuff like hard carbon alloy, ferroboron alloy, and then I also automated the other nuclear craft metals that we'll be using before too long over here in the induction smelter. So you can see tough alloy, shibuchi alloy. Enchanted ingots are also automated now, because we need those for the energy upgrades for Mekanism, and then graphite dust, the whole graphite process. So basically you pulverize, I'm doing charcoal because I have like infinite charcoal. You pulverize it, you combine it together with gravel to get your graphite dust, then you have to smelt it to get your graphite ingot. So I did go ahead and automate that. And then over here, I have increased the number of igneous extruders that we have. And, you know, I was talking last episode about maybe upgrading these connectors and stuff, but it's not needed, because Gabbro's kind of new. But all these filled out not too long after last episode. Not too long. Because as soon as one gets done, all the other ones would speed up, because there was more water production going through. And then I've got all of these. This is actually everything through just the standard igneous extruders. So no augments in these. We are going to do the augments for the other types of stone, but this is everything that we're going to automate with just the default igneous extruder. And then right here I have compacting drawers, and these are producing obsidian and stone, and it's making 1 times compressed and 2 times compressed for both, because we do use those for some recipes, and I figured that would be the easiest way to go about it. Another thing that I set up right over here, you'll notice, is an eternal water block. I did this because the rest of these stone types, it doesn't matter how fast we get them. I mean, we are using the basalt, you know, but we're not using that much of it. We could easily keep up with just an igneous extruder getting, you know, 10 millibuckets of water per tick, much less, you know, whatever it was getting before. You know, of course it's split across all these, but these are all backing up. But so obsidian and stone I feel like are a little bit higher priority, so I did put down an eternal water block here. And this one is just kicking away, just standard. This one I did upgrade to a reinforced, and the reason being is because whenever we automate blood magic, we are going to need massive amounts of stone. If you recall, whenever I did the math before, the top tier slate was like 2,000 something stone for one slate. So it's very important that we have fast stone production, especially as we get that automated and we start building new altars and doing lots of stuff with you know, continued blood magic. We could put, and I will probably put speed upgrades in this long term, but right now there's no augments in here. It's just bumped up to reinforce for the speed increase. So, and then also, oh, right here is some oil. This stuff actually spawns all over the place. You know, we actually encountered this early into the pack in our mine, and that's where I went down. There's a lot of oil nodes down there. It says in the quest that it spawns better in like flatlands and oceans and deserts or something like that. But you can find it pretty much anywhere as long as you mine. I don't mine that much anymore. I still have the mine. Plus with Worley's Caves, Worley's Caves, it's very easy to find oil just digging around underground. So anyways, we've got 88 buckets of oil, and there's actually quests that involve making a pump and stuff. I didn't use a pump, I just bucketed it, because by the time you set up the pump, you don't really save that much time when it's only 88 buckets in truth. So anyways, in here we have a few quests completed. A lot of these actually went really, really quick because a lot of the stuff we've already done. And so it's basically just a matter of picking up the machines to pop it. The energized smelter, I did craft this up. We get 2 cleaning tubes, 2 liquid cleaning tubes, ender pearl, and silver coin. The electrolytic separator, of course we already had one of these. We get a rare loot bag, advanced control circuit, osmium plates, gold coin, platinum coin. Basic pressurized tubes. We get 10 basic universal cables, 6 steel ingots, silver and gold coin. Advanced gas tank. This one, we have the basic gas tank automated, but we don't have the advanced gas tank. And it's actually funny because I was expecting the gas tanks to need to be tiered up, but they aren't in this pack. The advanced gas tank is just crafted like this. You cannot automate it, but it's just crafted, you know, in this manner. So it's really, really similar to the basic gas tank, and the elite one takes alumite, the ultimate takes osmiridium and elite plating. So you don't tier them up in this pack like normal. And then continuing on, we got more mechanism stuff that we've already done before. Gas burning generator, we get 4 enriched alloy, 3 pumpkin pie, and a gold coin. The purification chamber, 2 basic control circuits, splash potion of night vision, gold coin, and 2 platinum coins. The crusher, they want us to make a crusher, 20 glass, 2 sea lanterns, 5 dynamite 3s, and a silver coin. And then enrichment chamber, we get 5 osmium, 2 glowstone, block of iron, and gold coin. Of course, pretty much all of this we already have set up for our ore processing system, and then gas burning, we're using that for power. So right here we have a quest to get, is just a wood tank of oil. But we get an oil sail, uncommon loot bag, and a silver coin. And actually this oil sail, I'm just going to go ahead and dump it into there. And then there's a quest for an aqueous accumulator. We get 4 prudentium, 4 silicon, and a silver coin. We're going to have to start using our mystical agriculture essence here very, very soon, because I'm building up a lot of it. Now that I have auto mining or auto farming set up, it was long overdue, but now I have so much essence, like it's going to be tough to keep up with it. So, and then 30k coolant cell, we get snowballs, loot bag, crushed ice cell, and 2 copper coins. And then right here is kind of refined storage continued. So all this stuff we pretty much already had. I just automated, like I said, the storage cells. So disk drive, we get a storage housing, Invar cutlass, and a gold coin. 1K storage part, we get another 1K storage, 2 silicon bulls, and a gold coin. And then 1K storage disc, we get a storage housing, Invar cutlass, and a gold coin. What's with all the random Invar cutlasses? Just randomly thrown in there for refined storage. And then lastly, we have this little line here. This is basically, it's just actually additions, and a lot of it we had already done. So battery box, we get a single battery, uncommon loot bag, and silver coin. Advanced item laser relay, and this one actually does not take any empowered stuff. But we get an advanced item laser relay, a rare loot bag, or a gold coin. We're going to take the gold coin because these are not as powerful as nodes by any stretch of the imagination. The empower, we get either a steel leaf plate with blast protection 2, an artisan's mana steel handsaw, or a platinum coin. We're going to take the platinum coin, even though we're really not using the coins for much of anything anymore. The display stands, they want us to craft 2, and then we get 2 as a reward. Well, we've already done that, so it's not really going to benefit us too much. But you can use these for decor, because what you can do is you can take your display stand and you can set it up and then like set something on it. So there we go, we have a floating sword. But the pack does have evil craft, and it has some display stands as well that you can use for decoration. So advanced energy laser relay, we get another advanced energy laser relay, a rare loot bag, or a gold coin. We're going to take the gold coin. Empowered canola, and this one is you basically just empower canola. So the crystal canola seeds that we had done before, you stick it on the empower with 4 other canola seeds, and there you go. And you get 20 arrows of wither, 8 mana steel plates, 2 rare loot bags, or 2 basic control circuits. And we are going to take the 8 mana steel plates. Nah, we'll take the basic control circuits, I guess. Empowered oil cell, we get either 5 empowered canola seeds, an empowered diamantine crystal, 10 living rock, or 2 liquid starlight cells. We'll take the, I guess, the empowered diamantine crystal. The basic drill, this was actually a funny one because, well, let's go ahead and get the reward. So we get a block of iron, 2 truffle omelets, platinum plate, and a silver coin. This thing came up and I was like, oh man, I gotta make a drill. Like, I bet this thing's gonna be expensive. No. That's the recipe. It's just default recipe. So it was actually like crazy cheap. It was basically just a free quest turn in. The vertical digger is basically an auto miner. It talks about it here. We actually used this at the very start of my Direwolf 20, my last Direwolf 20 series. Like second episode, we got one of these, did the phantom boosters, and got auto mining. Of course, we don't actually need this because we have environmental tech, which it's not. Environmental tech isn't too much more expensive than setting up a vertical digger, really. And we get block of 10, 4 broiled cheese sandwiches, and a gold coin. Never heard of a broiled cheese sandwich. I've heard of a grilled cheese sandwich. And then there's Lens of the Miner, which is another mining system. It's kind of like using the orchids from Britannia, except it uses power instead. It's basically what it does. And it uses the little atomic reconstructor. So, and from that, we actually get a pretty decent reward from this. We get 2 runes of water, 4 reinforced slates, and a gold coin from that. So we're definitely kicking through some of the quests. We're actually going to finish a couple quests today as well, stuff that we're actually going to be setting up on camera. It's been a while. It has in fact been a while since we've done much of the quest stuff on camera because it's usually either stuff that we've already done or it's just strange stuff that we don't need, you know. But I did prep up a couple things: a latex processing unit, mechanical user, and 4 fluid extractors, and we're going to be using that here in just a minute. Actually, let's start with that. I also automated a bunch of assorted nuclear craft stuff, basically just recipes, you know, kind of like I did with the ingots. But I went ahead and automated a bunch of those because we're going to start moving into nuclear craft before too long. So, but what I want to do is input down is dry rubber. Okay. So that's where we're cooking up dry rubber. What I want to do is I want to set up a latex system down here. And there's ways that you can make this better. If you take a look at the fluid extractors, ideally you would use Tech Reborn rubber wood because you're going to get 4 millibuckets every 5 ticks of latex. And then, acacia is a little bit less than that. Dark oak is 2 millibuckets. Humus is methane gas, of course. But we're actually just going to go with oak wood. We've got oak wood automated, and we actually don't need that much latex. The description here isn't really correct. It says the tree fluid extractor will begin to extract liquid latex out of the log at a rate of 4 millibuckets per second, eventually breaking the log. But like I said, it depends on what you're using. So in the case of oak wood, it is 4 millibuckets per second. But if you're going with, say, rubber wood, you're looking at 16 millibuckets per second. So it really just depends. But I just don't think we need that much because we've been getting by okay with plastic sheets just coming as a byproduct. I've got 29 in here. We're starting to get kind of low, and this system that's doing the silicone bowl, it's not running very much anymore because we just, it's backed up, and, it only makes one every so often. We use a lot of silicone, but the chance isn't really high, and then it takes 9 procs for it to make one, and it's time that we get some other form of plastic set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up, these work just like whenever we did them with the methane gas. So we'll just do, no, sorry, I'm going to put it, is that where I want to put it, or do I want to put it more, let's put it right here, actually. So we're going to put this just setting like that, and then, which I still got to build out this floor. I forget that this is down here sometimes. Unless I'm like actively working down here at that time, Let's go ahead and clear up some of this stuff, get it out of our way for a minute, because we're going to run some piping here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do fluid ducts that come down, which actually I grabbed a servo. I need to get a collector, not a servo. And I've only got reinforced retrievers. I automated those. I didn't automate the others. So, and then right here, actually, we're going to put a mechanical user that sets right there. Pretty much just like we have it set up upstairs, except in this case, we're using 4 fluid extractors instead of just 1. So we're going to be getting that 16 millibuckets per tick that you would get with a single fluid extractor on, the Tech Reborn wood, but we're going to be doing it with oak because we've already got it automated, and no reason to automate again for something that we really don't need super fast speed of, and we'll just do that. And then what we're going to do is I have to grab nodes real quick. We are going to, let's grab a piece of oak wood here, and we're going to put a node setting. It's going to be an output node, and we're going to put it setting right there. And then on this node, we're going to say on the upside, precise filter, and you get oak wood. And then we'll go ahead and just bind this over to our input node right there. And then this should start placing, we're going to say place block, and there we go. That's done. And these are going to start collecting that latex. And that's going to be plenty of latex, I think. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have to set up a latex processing unit. And I'd really like to get the sail first, if at all possible. And I can't remember. It's been a while since I've used the latex processing unit. Actually, not all that long, I guess, but this does require power. Okay. I know it requires water as well. Let's take our pipette, and we'll just put that in there. We're going to pull out the latex and pull that out. That out. Okay, and we've got enough to fill up a sail. Do I need 2 sails? I need 2 latex sails. Okay. That's fine. It's not going to take that long because there's 515 millibuckets. I've just got to pop up there and get another sail real quick. Actually, we don't ever use the latex sails for anything, do we? No. Okay, so really the only use then for latex is just making plastic in this pack. Yeah, so it's not too bad. And actually it doesn't even take that much latex per piece of plastic, and especially something just fully automating it. from the get-go, we'll be fine, you know, on plastic production. So there we go. That quest is completed, and then it should complete the quest for the Latex Processing unit. Awesome. Oh, and it unlocked a bunch of stuff. Okay, so we get a latex cell, basic control circuit, and gold coin for that. And we get either 2 latex cells, 3 copper gears, or 2 blocks of inferium coal. We'll take the latex cells because it's going to give us a jump start, I guess. Now there's a quest for a crafting grid. We've already got it. Compression dynamo. More random power. Always just random power. Okay, so let's grab the rest of that and we'll just break this thing off. And what we're going to do with our latex processing unit is we're going to set this up like, if I put this here, yeah, it can only accept fluid and water, or latex and water, so we'll go ahead and just plug up some power. I'm still using those dinky gold cables. I'll probably never change this one because it doesn't actually need that much power to run this. But what we're going to do is we're going to run the latex just under the ground here, and I'm going to need more item ducts for sure. And this is actually one of those things that I almost automated, is fluid ducts, but then I was like, well, chances are I'll probably never use them. And really the only reason I'm doing it right now is because I was wanting to get those fluid ducts out of there that I had. Of course, now I'm about to make 12 more, so it doesn't really help much, I guess. But there we go, and then we'll just shift click in our old recipe. So that's fixed back. So that's a little trick because you can shift click with those, and so even if you know you don't actually have to keep a carpenter around for making little random things like that, you can just pop up, shift click it in, throw in your materials, and then shift click your old recipe back, and it'll, you know, and that way I've always got them filled up with whatever I might need: silicone, glue, crystalline. So I'm starting to think I might need to install an elevator here because so much running about. Okay, so this side's latex. Let's go ahead and dump that latex into there. And we'll go ahead and dump all of those into there because we don't want those. And then we'll just put our fluid duct right there, and we're going to do our reinforced retriever. So you ignore redstone, and it should start pumping in all the latex. Awesome. Wow. Thing's already generated a ton of latex. Oh, and then this is filling up now. So, okay, and then we just have to plug up this. Just gonna do that because I got a random 20 millibuckets in here. Okay, and you can see that this is starting to, I can't empty the pipette into there. That's fine. But it's starting to make tiny dry rubber for us from all that latex. And it actually doesn't take much. If we take a look here, it's 75 millibuckets of latex and 1,000 millibuckets of water per tiny dry rubber. So it actually doesn't use latex up all that fast. And so then what we're going to do is we're just going to put an input node. Oh, that's the one making biofuel. We're going to say input node setting there. And it's going to connect over to there. And this is going to start getting dry rubber. Because it's going to be sending it to the crafter right here. And then it's going to be crafting it down and turning it into that rubber and making more plastic sheets for us. So yay. And then if we come over here and we grab out, I don't know how much the quest is asking for, but I'm sure we have enough. Then we can turn in the plastic sheet quest. So we get either 2 plastic sheets, 2 silicone cells, 2 liquid plastic cells. We're going to take the plastic. Okay, and then there's a quest here for lava bricks. Of course, I don't have any built up. There's that. Completed. We've got a quest here for heat conductor. I have 1. I don't know what the quest is wanting. Oh, 1. Okay. And this we get 2 plastic, 1 gold coil, and a silver coin. This quest we get 4 iron bars, lava clay bucket, and a silver coin. a card base. I'm just going to quickly move through some of these because most of the stuff we have automated. So there's that. I know that the crafting grid is one. There we go. Card base, we get 2 steel ingots, rare loot bag, silver coin. Crafting grid, we get a storage housing, 2 intermediate, and a gold coin. We gotta get 10 cables. So there's 10 cables. But like I said, it's pretty quick moving through most of these quests usually. We get 5 cables, advanced control circuit, and a silver coin for that. Because most of the stuff we've already done it. Like that right there, fractionating steel, we've already got one of those. B500. Let me order one of these. There we go. And we get a card base, 2 gold ingots, and a gold coin. The resourceful furnace we haven't done yet. And these are just like crafting things. That's another thing that we probably won't use. The 1K storage block, we'll quickly knock that out. And we'll be at a pretty good spot, I think, for the quests. I'm going to have to order... Oh, the machine casings have changed. We haven't made one of these in a while because we haven't made... well, we haven't made the one things, not the transmitter, but the network transmitters and receivers. We haven't made those in a while. They're no longer standard craft. They take plates and then hardened cell frame, which is actually really, really cheap. Okay, this will be easy to just automate it out real quick. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked from what we were going to do today, but we're still making progress. We're actually making technical pack progress a little bit today, so that's something, that's a different thing, I guess. Okay, I actually ran out of elven quartz again. So, let me pop over here. I'll be glad once we get all the Britannia stuff automated, because I'm tired of having to come over here to make mana diamonds, and I'm tired of having to come over here to make elven quartz. And I've been making elven quartz a couple stacks at a time, but, you know, it still breaks me away from what I'm doing to come over here and craft it. But we're making our way over to Britannia. So, blood magic's a little bit higher priority because all the stuff that we're crafting generally, I had to make a rune between episodes, but of course that's not a big deal. That's the main thing I think from Britannia that I'm ready to get automated though, is runes. The rest of the stuff is actually pretty quick to make. Terra Steel also, I'd like to start just auto-producing that. There are seeds for it though too, so I don't know. We'll see. We might push on to the... That's a good question. Is it even worth... I wonder if it's even worth automating Terra Steel in this pack, because the seeds aren't expensive. I mean, honestly, once you get auto farming in place, mystical agriculture is pretty much opened up. I want to say that the seeds, we need Terra Steel Dianite, and I can't remember, Terra Steel is a tier 5, so that's really not bad. That's Terrax, Osram, Inert Blood, which is fine. I mean, the thing is, it's not gated enough. Mystical Agriculture is not gated enough in this pack to really give you much benefit to working outside of its, you know, working outside of just seeds, I guess. There we go. 1K storage block. And dun dun dun. I think we can actually, yeah, we can break that out. Shift right click. We get a basic processor and a 1K storage part back from that. Okay. Because I don't need this for anything. They're basically just less efficient than a disk drive. That's what's weird. Okay, we get 4 Prudentium Essence and a Platinum Coin. But I'm not sure why you would make this after having made a disk drive and a storage disk. Why you would want a storage block. Because it's less space efficient and... I don't know. I have no clue. Okay, but anyways, right now all we have for main quest is Culinary Generator, which we're probably going to knock that out next episode. I just got to get some more crops planted, like ginger and stuff. And then some of this stuff crafted out. I mean, that's already done. And it's basically just crafting machines. And I haven't been doing these on camera because Honestly, most of the machines in this pack are pretty much identical recipes, just things are moved around a little bit. Like that looks almost like every other dynamo recipe. The resourceful furnace looks like every other machine that we've ever crafted, just different plates and a little bit different stuff in the middle. So the recipes are actually a bit repetitive going through, so it's not it's not very exciting to watch. But okay, but anyways, main quest is getting up there. I think we're probably getting decently close now to unlocking tier 3 main quest line. I should think. I don't know. Because I'm assuming it's probably going to end right around in here somewhere. So, which I'm betting tier 3 is maybe going into space. Maybe. I should think. And I'm trying, I really am trying to keep the quest caught up. It's just not working out for me. It's not working out very well. Okay, so now that we've got that done, the next thing I want to do is we're going to be automating some Mekanism. Okay, so first and foremost, let's grab ourselves an Enrichment Chamber. And this means I won't have to use the one that's over in the ore processing system anymore. We're going to go ahead and just set this up right here. And we will change that over maybe to a factory later on. And let's go ahead and get some connectors and some cables. And for right now, I'm just going to run cables across this because these 3 are actually going to be advanced connectors. They're not going to be standard connectors. But I'm going to have a standard connector on this one. And we're going to do side config inputs top side. That's great. And we're going to set the items to output on the top and input on the back. Because that way it's going to correspond to where the crafter is and the connector. And then let's go ahead and just set this up. That works out well. We'll go ahead and say you can insert, you can extract stack. And that's pretty much automated at this point. Enrichment Chamber is. And so what we're going to do, we're going to make some processing, and we're going to do, oh, you know what? I need to, I'll do that between episodes. I need to run frame trim over to there. So I haven't needed that, but I'm going to. But anyways, let's go ahead and pull up compressed and, whoops, in this one. We're going to teach you how to make compressed redstone. We're going to say if you take redstone, you're going to get compressed redstone and encode. And then compressed diamond encode, compressed obsidian encode. And I don't know for sure, are we going to need compressed carbon in this pack? Or computer case, pressure chamber walls. Yeah, let's go ahead and teach it compressed carbon as well. So we can do that with charcoal or coal. We're going to do the charcoal method. There we go. Even though we basically got infinite coal as well. And then we'll just throw those patterns into there. And then what we're going to do, let's look at the connectors. We want to teach you how to make advanced blue connectors. So this is 4 compressed diamond, 4 compressed obsidian, which I am going to have to teach it to make refined obsidian dust, which is going to take the metallurgic infuser. Let me order some compressed diamond, and let me go ahead and order 5 of these to start with. And this thing should be running right now. It is. And I've actually got some upgrades in here. 1 speed, 1 energy, but we're going to order a few more of these. So we're going to order like, we'll start with 2 in each one. So we'll order 7 speed upgrades. It's going to take a little while probably. Oh, we're missing enriched alloy, of course. Okay. I can't remember. Is compressed redstone, is it 90 or 100 redstone? Well, we'll find out here in just a second, because it'll be the same across the board on these. Let's get ourselves, say, 10 obsidian. And basically, if you compress the stuff first, the reason we're doing that is because you get a lot more for the same amount of materials. So, like compressed diamond is going to be, let me order like 10 more or something. There we go. But instead of using 1 diamond for just 10, which is 1 craft, what we're going to have is, like, if we do 1 compressed diamond, that's 80. Okay, I was off. So it's 8 times. And you know what? I need power in this. But I don't have my advanced connectors. So what I'm going to do for right now then, in that case, is we'll just do regular connectors for just a minute. Just so I can pump in power. But that's going to make our refined obsidian dust. And let's actually go ahead and make a recipe. So we're going to say that if you send... Actually, I should do it with... grab that. We're going to make a recipe and say that if you send 1 compressed diamond and you send 8 pulverized obsidian, then you're going to get 8 refined obsidian. And we'll just put this, we'll just put it in this one. Okay. So there we go. There's our refined obsidian dust. And let's go ahead and order some of that other compressed stuff. So let's get, you know, some compressed redstone. And let me see, those speed upgrades are already done. Okay, awesome. And can I maybe order... Okay, I can order 2 of those. I don't really want to order a bunch of them, or I don't really want to have to make enriched alloy anymore. But what we're going to do is right in here, let's go ahead and just right click, or I'm sorry, shift right click, and it's going to add an energy upgrade to this. You can see your upgrades here. So there's 1 energy upgrade, and then we're going to do a speed upgrade. I don't want to put too many because Mekanism, if you don't balance it, the power costs get really high on this stuff. So I do suggest you kind of keep it balanced as best you can. So there we go. We've got 2 in each one for right now, and each one can accept up to 8 of each upgrade. And there's other upgrades, but the main ones we're going to focus on right now is speed and energy. So it's going to craft this stuff a little bit faster now than it was. Okay, so let's go ahead then, and we should have our compressed redstone. And we're going to need our compressed obsidian, refined obsidian. Let's go ahead and throw that into there really quick. Let's throw all of it in there. Okay, and so now if we look at the connectors, these advanced blue connectors take 4 compressed diamond, 4 compressed obsidian, 2 connectors, which let me go ahead and order like 10 of these really quick. And then we're going to need microchip, which I taught it how to do, and we're going to need any kind of hardened glass. Okay, and I think we've got everything for this now. And so what we're going to do is, let's see, right over here, let's see, 4, so that, then we need, it's just 2 hardened glass, microchip, and 2 connectors. So yeah, it should be good. And these microchips, these are the ones that take the empowered emeritic, then that refined glowstone, also some compressed diamond, and then microchip tier 2s and energized silicon. So the compressed diamond I was just making over in the ore processing system until we set this up. So okay, there's the recipe. And then what we're going to do is right over here, let's go ahead and just shift click that in, and we're going to say save recipe. There we go. Everything else is already configured. And then there is our first advanced connector, and these only craft 1 at a time, so a little bit expensive, but they're definitely worth it. So as you'll soon see. And then let's just pop over here and drop that into there. Okay, now I need to order 2 more advanced connectors. And it can make everything. That's good. And what we're going to do is, this is crafting. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give this just a second. While that's running, let's go ahead and make a few more recipes for some Mekanism stuff. First up, the compressed redstone and making enriched alloy. This is thing number 1 that I want to get done. So what we need to do, this takes 5 redstone, and each of these is 8 redstone. So we're going to have to, or no, actually, no, I'm sorry. Because the way I'm going to set this up isn't going to be this way. I'm sorry. And actually this recipe here needs to change also. That would be like the normal method. We're going to remove the compressed diamond from this. And so we're just going to say, we'll actually teach it one at a time, in fact. So if you send one pulverized obsidian, you're going to get refined obsidian. That's the new recipe. And then next up, if you send one steel ingot, you're going to get one enriched alloy. If you send, what else? Oh, if you send one pulverized obsidian, then you're going to get, oh, I don't have any. Okay, well, that's fine. This should be done, I think, so. Well, there's 2 advanced blue connectors. What are we doing right now? Okay, there we go. Oh, and I didn't set this up. It's trying to craft in the metallurgic infuser. We're going to say the back side is input, the top side is output. And then we're going to do that for all of these. I also removed the recipe mid-craft, so I just canceled it and we're just going to order it again. So it should be, and I don't have any diamond in there. Let me do that. It's not fully set up yet. That's what we need the advanced connectors for. So, okay, there's our refined obsidian dust. Let's go ahead and we'll just throw this into here for now so that it thinks it got it. And then we should get our last connector. Okay, there's our advanced blue connector. Awesome. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to totally just pull up these 3 cables. We don't want these. And we are going to replace them with the advanced cables. And these things can do more. They can pull out more energy and fluid and stuff like that. It can move more. But there's another really nice caveat to it. And what we can do is, let's see. Let's say that on all of these, we've got output on the top. We've got input on the back. And let's go ahead and say, oh well, the bottom infused purple. Make sure that's the case for all of these. So what we're going to do is right here, we are going to, let me actually name these as well. So this is the one that does the, this is the one that does the obsidian. So we're going to call this one diamond. Actually, I like to have these in a certain order. So let's move that one to the middle, in fact. And we'll do this one here. Okay, so we're going to change this to obsidian, and then we're going to do diamond, and then redstone. Okay, so the obsidian one, what we're going to do, we're going to say that you can insert power just like normal. You can extract just like normal, just like standard stuff here. And then we're going to make a separate line. And this one, we're going to set it to channel 2, and we're going to say XNet items. And we're going to say that you can insert, but it's going to be on the downside. Okay, because the nice thing about advanced connectors is you can actually set the side that it connects to a given block. So for example, if you look right here, we can't change that. It's going to be up because that's a standard connector. But this one, basically, we can insert on any of the 6 sides, and using the different channels, we can even access all 6 sides of a single block. So, for example, like power cells, you can pull out from all 6 sides with an advanced connector if you wanted to. Okay, so now that that's in place, what we're going to do, I've got some compressed stuff ordered, and let's make ourselves, actually I'm just going to make it as recipes, because we're going to find ourselves using this. One thing I want to get is an external storage, which we don't have it automated. Okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead and teach it. Everything else should be automated. I want to get an external storage, and I want to get an interface. And it's this one right here, the refined storage one, which takes an importer and an exporter. And then really quickly, let's teach you how to make these, because I never bothered. We made so many at the start, and then I pulled down the system, and we've just had them built up. So then we'll just throw this all into here. Okay, so now let's order ourselves an external storage. Let's order an interface, and then let's order a crafting upgrade. And we'll give those a little bit of time to get crafted up. And then while that's running, let's see. we've got the refined obsidian, we've got the enriched alloy, and then while that's running, let's go ahead and teach it a couple of the recipes. Let's say if you take an enriched alloy, you're going to get a wrong grid. Let's say if you take enriched alloy, you're going to get I'm going to figure it out one of these days. You're going to get a reinforced alloy. And there's that recipe. And then if we want to make the atomic alloy, can I just do that by chance? And then remove that. Yeah, okay. So that's how you make an atomic alloy. And we'll just throw these recipes. Enriched goes there, that's the diamond crafting. The atomic goes here, that's the obsidian crafting. And then we should be good. And then our stuff is done. We got the interface to the world advancement. And what we're going to do, let's set this up. I'm actually going to put it over here because I don't think that I'm going to need more crafters than this. Because I've got enough space to build them out to here and then the opposite side as well. And in truth, like you would think, normally when you hit like 82 or refined storage, you fill up on crafters, right? Like so many. But in this pack, so much of it is crafted in the carpenter or the extended crafting tables that you actually don't use the crafters as much in this pack. I mean, I filled up a decent amount and I'm sure we'll fill out more. But I think what we're going to do is right over here. Let me bring some cables down for starters. Yeah, it'd be fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to put an interface. And then we're going to have an external storage. And then we're going to connect that up. We're going to set our external storage to, where is it? We're going to set it to extract only. Because we actually don't want it to insert any items. Because otherwise you just create a circuit. This is basically the same way you do it with 82. We're doing it right here. And then we're going to put a crafting upgrade in there so that it knows it needs to craft the items. You know, we used a crafting upgrade for the hummus up there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set the interface to compressed redstone. So it should start crafting that for us. And then we're going to say, in addition, compressed diamond, compressed obsidian. I'm not going to worry about the carbon because we're not using the carbon consistently. But we're going to throw in those, and it's starting to craft. That should be good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up on these connectors. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Or do I want to do it that way? You know what? No, I'm sorry. I don't want to do the external storage at all, I guess. What we're going to do is we're going to put the interface setting up here somewhere. We'll put it right here. We'll put the crafting card in there because we're not doing it through the system. We're doing it through XNet, and we're going to put our compressed items here, here, here. And we could double stock these. So, like, say, do that. So it's going to keep one of each of these, one in each of these slots. And I want to say there's not a way to make it keep more than one, if I recall. That's kind of a newer feature, but I want to say that there's not. And what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and put in three of each. Okay, so it's going to keep 3 of those stocked, which should be plenty for us, honestly. And then what we're going to do is our XNet system. We're going to connect this up to the interface, and we'll do that. And this is going to be on channel 2 where we're inserting those different items. What we're going to do is, let me grab one of each of these actually so I can set them in the filter. So we're going to filter this one with compressed obsidian. We're going to filter this one with compressed diamond. And then we're going to filter this one with compressed redstone. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set the interface to be able to extract. Yeah, we'll leave it on stack, whatever. And there we go. You can see it's starting to dump diamond in there. And yeah, there was some random refined obsidian, I guess, in there. So now if it needs to craft something, it can just send it here. Oh, it had requested, I guess, to make compressed obsidian is the thing that it did. And so that way each of these is going to stay stocked with its, material that it needs. So diamonds, redstone, obsidian. And we're only going to we're going to be getting 8 redstone's worth per piece of redstone. And actually, I guess it's going to back up in here, isn't it? Because I think it's just going to keep pulling until... I think it keeps more than 1 in there. I guess we'll find out here shortly. Yeah, there's 2. Okay, so it's going to keep a stack in there. Plus 3 in there. So, but you could see it's requesting and everything's running. Everything's automated now. It knows how to make all the different alloys. It knows how to make the refined obsidian. It knows how to make all that stuff. And then it's just going to keep filling this up. So it's going to run for a while. But like the obsidian, for example, we're only using 1 piece of obsidian per 4 compressed obsidian, because each pulverized obsidian makes a refined obsidian, and you get 4 per craft. So I mean, our materials are going to go a whole lot further doing it this way. And now I should be able to order the energy upgrades that I wanted. So let me get 5 more of those. And if we pop over to here, let's go ahead and throw in an energy upgrade and a speed upgrade. There we go. And we're going to get, eventually I'll get 8 of each in these. So, like this one's got 2. Awesome. Okay. So there we go. Progress has been made. And I think that covers all the main mechanism stuff that we need. We'll automate some more mechanism as we move forward. But mechanism should be in a good spot. And we got our plastic sorted, and we got into the advanced controllers. So I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode. I wish I had more time, because I want to do bees, and then I actually want to start into blood magic automation. But we'll do that for sure next episode. Blood magic automation is actually going to be a lot quicker than you might think, though. It doesn't take very long at all. It's basically plug up a node, set some filters, and you're done. It's really, really easy, especially in this pack, because the automation is different than in normal packs. Because in normal packs, of course, we automated in SevTech with a single altar, just using nodes, and automated all the different slates through there, and kept them stocked. But in this pack, it's more expensive, but it's easier to automate, I guess, because you don't tear up the slates, each slate. So, but we'll get into that for sure next episode. For sure next episode, we're going to do bees really, really quick at the start. It only takes a second, and then we're for sure going to do blood magic automation. Originally, I was wanting to do that this episode, and ore process. There's so much I want to do, but I really needed to get the mechanism stuff automated, because I've been making so much of it, like the enriched alloy and stuff, that it was honestly it was eating up a lot of my time, and it was something that took a little bit more effort, I guess, to automate than other things, so I did want to do it on camera. Plus, it got us into our advanced connectors, which is great. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.